one of my earliest memories was one of my earliest memories about college specifically is talking with my parents. And my dad made clear to me, hey, yo, like, we want for you to go to college, but we're not going to be able to pay for it. And so when I remember hearing that, being like, oh, snap, okay, if I want to go to college, I got to find a way to pay for this that's not going to come out of my parents' pockets. And that sounded very daunting. In my mind, I knew that there were scholarships that existed, but I thought that if you wanted to get scholarships, you had to be like a genius or cure cancer by the time you were 17 or something something crazy like that. And thankfully, there was a few different ways that in which I was able to secure funding for college. One, of course, is by filling out FAFSA. I know this year there's been a lot of issues with that, but that allowed me to get the Pell Grant and other forms of financial aid from the government, which didn't cover everything, but it was, it took a chunk out of my tuition. On top of that, there were the schools that I was looking at they offered need-based aid that covered 100% of financial need. So there's two parts of that, right? The need-based financial aid meant that they didn't really look at your grades when deciding how much money to give you. It meant that they looked at your financial situation and used that to decide how much money to give you. And then, when it says that they cover 100% of your financial need, it meant that they looked at how much your parents made, and they said, okay, if you're making under a certain threshold, we're basically going to cover everything. And so applying primarily to schools where that was their approach was one strategy I took, on top of applying to state schools, right, would tend to be cheaper, while still offering a great education.